The spring thing is coming.
After 2 weeks of being on hiatus, I'm back. Welcome to UML Fan Crucible News, your top stories for today. Yes, I know a lot of you are happy because I read comments. As you know, Sora, the AI app, is set to shut down. To tell you more information, here is Eric.
OpenAI said it will discontinue Sora, the generative AI video creation app it launched last year, without providing a reason for the decision. We're saying goodbye to Sora. To everyone who created with Sora, shared it, and built community around it, thank you. What you made with Sora mattered, and we know this news is disappointing, OpenAI's Sora team said in a statement Tuesday. The statement added, "We'll share more soon, including timelines for the app and API and details on preserving your work." OpenAI didn't respond to requests for additional info. The announcement comes just 3 months after Disney inked a groundbreaking deal with OpenAI. Under the 3-year licensing agreement, Sora would have been able to generate user-prompted videos from a set of more than 200 masked, animated or creature characters from Disney, Marvel, Pixar and Star Wars. Sora and ChatGPT images were to generate fan-inspired videos with Disney's licensed characters in early 2026. With Disney Plus adding a curated selections of Sora-generated videos, Disney has now ended its partnership with OpenAI, which included plans for the media conglomerate to take a $1 billion stake in the artificial intelligence company led by CEO Sam Altman, a Disney rep said in a statement to Variety. As the nascent AI field advances rapidly, we respect OpenAI's decision to exit the video generation business and to shift its priorities elsewhere. We appreciate the constructive collaboration between our teams and what we learned from it. And we will continue to engage with AI platforms to find new ways to meet fans where they are while responsibly embracing new technologies that respect IP and the rights of creators. The second iteration of OpenAI's Sora, which launched in late September 2025, generated stunningly realistic-looking videos, and raised alarms in Hollywood given the Sora 2 opt-out model requiring IP owners to proactively flag that they wanted their copyrighted works excluded from the system. In November, Japanese content trade group Coda, whose members include animation house Studio Ghibli, issued a letter to OpenAI demanding the AI company stop using their content to train Sora 2. OpenAI had provided a preview of Sora, which uses a text-to-video model, in February 2024 before releasing the first public version of it in December of that year. The standalone Sora app was released in September 2025. With the shutdown of the Sora app, ChatGPT also will no longer generate video based on text prompts. Turn your ideas into videos with hyperreal motion and sound, OpenAI's Sora page says. Cast yourself and your friends in videos as characters. Other generative AI video platforms will remain in service, some of which Disney and other Hollywood studios have accused of copyright infringement. Shortly before it announced the pact with OpenAI, Disney sent Google a cease and desist demand, alleging the internet giant was engaging in copyright infringement on a massive scale using AI models and services to commercially exploit and distribute infringing images and videos. Google subsequently removed AI-generated videos of intellectual property identified by Disney. That came after Disney had earlier in 2025 sent cease and desist letters to Meta and Character AI, as well as lawsuits Disney filed together with Universal and Warner Bros. Discovery against AI companies Midjourney and Minimax alleging copyright infringement. More recently, China's ByteDance incurred a spate of legal threats from studios including Disney, Paramount, Warner Bros., Sony and Netflix with its Cadence 2.0 AI system. In response, ByteDance promised to implement additional safeguards as we work to prevent the unauthorized use of intellectual property and likeness by users.
As of now, it is currently unknown when this shutdown goes into effect. Should there be any updates, stick around to the channel and you'll be the first to know. Certainly not on my 2026 bingo card. It was reviewed on Monday that NXT will be making its return to Lowell Memorial Auditorium on June 9th. To the viewers currently watching me right now, if you're a Spectacle Live member, Pre-sale is currently happening right now. To the general public watching this video, tickets are on sale tomorrow. As of now, I am not too sure if I will be going, depending how much tickets are. The last time NXT did a taping in Lowell was in December of 2024. Moving on, Pop Culture Affair by JVK is available now everywhere you stream music. With more information on what you can expect, here's Eric.
Heavy pop is having a moment, and another excellent band just added to the movement. Boston-based JVK entered the conversation with the release of their debut album Pop Culture Affair. JVK is an eclectic, chaotic, energy-filled hard rock, dance pop band with empowering lyricism and intricate, fun instrumental arrangements. The press release says about the band blend retro synths with chunky power chords. The musicianship is excellent, and frontwoman Jo Krieger's voice is dynamic. The lyrics are empowering without taking themselves too seriously. Fans of new wave heavy pop looking for an ear-bending new act will fall in love with JVK. Krieger starred JVK in 2022, spending the next 4 years grinding in the Boston DIY scene. Basements, dive bars, and clubs were JVK's training ground. It has all led up to the release of Pop Culture Affair. The album is anchored by its lead single Machine. The track portrays grind culture, a ton of work that, hopefully, leads to a big payoff, and I wanna feel superior / but my pure exterior / is nothing but a shell of a man / who works until she gets it / just waiting till the check hits, the song croons. It's a tune relatable for both the rock artist and everyday man. JVK are already experienced on the festival circuit. The band played Louder Than Life in 2023 and Boston Calling in 2024 while also touring countrywide. JVK has also been nominated for 6 cumulative Boston and New England Music Awards.
Also, to the viewers in the mentioned cities on your screen, JVK are doing the Pop Culture Affair tour. One of the stops includes Town in the City Festival. So if you're in the mentioned cities here, you'll get your chance to see them. Also, I have the CD that I got for free courtesy of the band. You can stream Pop Culture Affair, available now everywhere you stream music. Also, check out their performance on Music Sessions, which is available now right here on the channel. Moving on, Nexstar-Tegna has ended up merging. With more information on this, here's Eric.
Nexstar Media Group closed its acquisition of fellow broadcast station group owner Tegna after sealing regulatory approval, despite antitrust lawsuits filed against the deal in recent days. Nexstar's $6.2 billion merger with Tegna brings together more than 260 local broadcast TV affiliated stations across the U.S. Nexstar and Tegna, like other broadcast station group peers, have been looking to consolidate as the industry faces the same challenges as its cable and entertainment media counterparts, namely the drop in pay TV customers due to the rise of streaming and tech options. This transaction is essential to sustaining strong local journalism in the communities we serve. By bringing these two outstanding companies together, Nexstar will be a stronger, more dynamic enterprise, better positioned to deliver exceptional journalism and local programming with enhanced assets, capabilities, and talent. Nexstar CEO Perry Sook said in a statement, the proposed acquisition, which was announced in August, had been expected to close in the second half of 2026. Broadcast station owners run the affiliate stations of the major networks like ABC, CBS, NBC and Fox, and are known for airing local news, sports and other broadcast content. The companies remain profitable due to hefty fees they receive from pay TV distributors, and have argued that consolidation would preserve local TV news. However, decades-old laws have prevented such mergers from happening in recent years. However, in recent days 2 federal antitrust lawsuits were filed in a move to block the merger, one from attorney generals in 8 states, including California and New York, and another from satellite and streaming TV provider DirecTV. The lawsuits each argue that the combination is anti-competitive and would drive up customer costs, reduce competition, lead to the closure of local newsrooms and cause TV blackouts of stations due to carriage fights with distributors over pricing. DirecTV supports the action taken by the states and has determined it is necessary to join this effort to protect competition and consumers, said Michael Hartman, General Counsel and Chief External Affairs Officer at DirecTV in a release. We have consistently made clear that this merger is anti-competitive and not in the public interest and, if it goes forward, will trigger a wave of similar consolidation.
Time for submission. Regular Show is back with a new show titled Regular Show, The Lost Tape. The first episode is set to release May 11th. A new AU channel by Renate Fonseca titled XITE Lorenzer. A reminder to viewers that the logo show returns this Friday, or should I say tomorrow, and also next week is the logo show movie, all happening on Gaff Random. And speaking of Gaff Random, that's right, the UML Fed Chris Romero Year-End Awards coming December 31st. Nominations will be announced in November. A new video in the works from Super Liam Plays. I have also been told by Lyric that his Super Outbreak EAS scenario is being reworked. The announcement was made on Monday on Discord. Also, Gaff Random announced a new P-Head episode that is actually releasing April 1st, which seems a bit, you know what? That's fine with me. I'd be down for an April Fool's edition of P-Head. The Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts is set to open November 1st, 2026. That's what I'm hearing from a comment. And it was also recently announced that Lilo and Stitch 2 has a confirmed date. Save the date for May 26, 2028. Also, the Oscars were recently, and K-Pop Demon Hunters won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature and another award. And that's basically all your submissions. And finally, this was brought to the channel's attention, I want to say a few weeks ago, that Gray Media had their channels removed from Dish. With more information on that, here is Eric. Eric, what do you have?
For the first time in its history, Gray Media's television stations have been dropped by Dish Network, a serial instigator of disputes that have removed thousands of broadcast and cable channels from their paying customers over the years. Gray's track record for fair and reasonable distribution negotiations is undisputed in the industry. Gray has never had its signals dropped by a satellite operator, and its last multi-market cable system dispute lasted just a few days over a decade ago. Dish's action follows the parties spending several months negotiating and nearly reaching agreement on rates, tenure and all other customary terms in a standard new distribution agreement. It also follows weeks of Dish operating under extensions of the company's prior distribution agreement that Gray provided to prevent Dish from removing Gray's signals to its paying customers during the Super Bowl, Winter Olympics, NBA All-Star Game, and numerous breaking news emergencies occurring in many of Gray's local markets over the past several weeks, to the great surprise and disappointment of Gray's leadership. Dish insisted that Gray agreed to a materially adverse provision in the new agreement that is unlike any provision in any distribution agreement with Gray's roughly 400 other distribution partners, and, to Gray's knowledge, unprecedented in the several-decade history of the pay-TV industry across any cable or DBS operator and any broadcaster. Because this new demand from Dish has no precedent in history, it is flatly inconsistent with marketplace conditions and clear violation of Dish's federal statutory obligation to negotiate retransmission in good faith. As an extension of Dish's bad faith conduct, Dish has taken the extreme step of removing Gray's local stations from the local lineups of its paying customers and publicizing false and defamatory allegations about this dispute revolving around the price it pays Gray to distribute the largest collection of top-ranked local television stations in the country. Unfortunately, Dish's tactics here are all too familiar for the shrinking number of consumers who still subscribe to their service. from 14 million in 2014 to 5 million today. A sampling of recent disputes with broadcasters includes the following, in which it chose to use its customers as negotiating pawns.
As of this taping of this episode of UML Fan Chris Romero News, the dispute is still going on and no updates have been received. This has been brought to the attention once again by a viewer of the channel. Should there be any updates regarding this situation, you'll be the first to know. Well, that's a wrap of this video. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I know UML fan Chris Romero has been on hiatus for 2 weeks because I have been mostly focusing on school. So thank you for your patience and your support. Also, here's some honorable mentions. So, now that UML fan Chris Romero News is back, here is a schedule of what you can expect in April. Here is the broadcast schedule for April. UML fan Chris Romero News will return April 15th. In the meantime, you can check out all the other videos scheduled. 91.5 WUML Spring Thing will be back on the channel following its success last year. April 22nd was actually kept a secret. Your Boston Fleet returned to UML fan Chris Romero when they take on the Iowa Charge. And April 30th is the kickoff to the Town and the City Festival and will continue on. By the way, there are 2 videos scheduled for May 3rd. Team Walk for Cancer Care and a surprise video, which is scheduled to be UML fan Chris Romero News, but with a big artist. Until then, see you all in the next one. And one last thing before I go, we will be covering this topic in the next UML fan Chris Romero News, so stay tuned.